la clave. Suena el bombo, hazme un tumbao, que el ritmo lo pongo yo.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the very first Switch Obscura video. Today we are taking a look at Definitely Not Llamas playing soccer. Will these crazy alpacas kick Rocket League to the curb, or will they once again retreat back to their role of making slippers? Let's find out together. The aptly titled Alpaca Ball Allstars was developed by the Austrian team at Salt Castle Studio and released by Badland Publishing at the end of 2020. Received a small physical release in Europe and Asia, with upcoming physical releases planned for North America in 2021, including a collector's edition with a stuffed alpaca. The Japanese version of the game also comes with these cool alpaca stickers. Who doesn't like that? At its core, this is a multiplayer-centric arcade sports title focusing on mayhem, chaos, and fun over literally everything else. I have to imagine the inspiration from this game came from that one friend you know suggested that Rocket League would be better, just with alpacas. That being said, there is a slight learning curve to the game mechanics, not unlike the aforementioned Rocket League, where you will see yourself improving pretty quickly after a few short sessions. At the start of the game, you are presented with two modes. One is an alpaca career mode for up to 2 players as you journey from your home in South America to the best leagues in Europe. Each game or mission presents different modifiers to the base alpaca game, told in a charming story of alpaca-based adventures, albeit mostly with text. You'll meet some goofy characters along the way that all add to the entertainment value and help you remember that this is simply a game about alpacas playing soccer, nothing more, and the developers sunk into that as much as you possibly could. The second main mode, where you will probably spend most of your time, is the regular quick game play mode, where you can choose the course, ball, rules, and alpaca settings to your liking. What is pretty awesome is this game does actually feature up to 8 players locally on the same Switch console, each with their own Joy-Con if you'd like or even have that, making it one of the very few games to do so, with as many AI alpacas as you'd like to include. Never thought I'd be saying the phrase AI alpacas, but here we are. A lot of the charm from the game does actually come from the different modifiers. Different courses aren't just for looks, but also change the way alpaca ball is played. Different wall angles, pitch sizes, and obstacles, as an example. In fact, my favorite course comes from the latest holiday update released by the developers that features a Christmas train circling the field that is very much in play. The fact that the developers took time to make such a wide variety of fields partly shows that despite the silly nature of the game, it was taken seriously enough, and they polished it enough to make you want to play it over and over again with different settings. This is just my opinion, but the only thing really slowing this game down from achieving a bigger cult following is the lack of an online mode. I have to imagine with the inclusion of even an online quick play, then this would have gotten some more steam at release. Speaking of Steam, there is a Steam version of the game where you can use remote play to play with your friends online, but unfortunately there is no way of doing so on the Switch. Now, there are some occasional technical hiccups such as slower frame rate and AI physics from time to time that make you wonder what on earth just happened. Quite honestly though, that is all part of the fun and it happens rarely enough that it makes no difference in determining your enjoyment of the game. Quite frankly, if you're worried about a frame rate in a game with derpy alpacas whipping their own necks into soccer balls, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video. Before I wrap up, I would be hard-pressed not to mention the wonderful music packaged into the game. Each field seems to have its own appropriately themed music that creates a wonderfully charming atmosphere. Since this is my first review, I will take you through how I will be reviewing games. I'll be basing a game's score on 5 main categories: originality, which is obviously how creative a game's premise is; artistry, which is a general score for the game's art and sound; I'll have 2 more traditional scores for a game's technical performance and for the actual gameplay. The final category will be the fun factor, which is simply how much fun the game is to play, and the most important category in my opinion. Alpaca Ball scores an 85%. Ultimately, Alpaca Ball All-Stars isn't advertising to be anything more than what it is, which is perhaps why I like it so much. It is charming, goofy, and strikes a perfect balance between chaos and control. Grab a few friends after the pandemic, maybe a few drinks, and stretch out your necks, and you have yourself one of the best party games money can buy to date on the Switch.